Do you sometimes feel bad after being on social media and other times you don't? Well, there's a reason for this. I can show you some ways to protect yourself so you're not subject to feeling awful after you accidentally go down a rabbit hole and read or watch something that makes you feel terrible. Those of us that are empathic, it's really, really, really important that we insulate ourselves from the darkness and the bad energies in the world. And I want to tell you that there is some really good stuff online, like informational YouTube channels or insights or inspiration. But there's also a lot of other things designed to make you angry, make you sad, make you feel self-conscious. So we're going to unwrap some of that and talk about some ways that you can protect yourself. Stay tuned to the end of this video for a psychic puzzle to practice your intuitive abilities. One of the things that I want you to be mindful of is next time that you pick up your phone, I want you to ask yourself, where are you on a 1 to 10? So 10 being the highest, you feel fantastic, you've never felt better. To 1, you don't feel like you can get out of bed, you're depressed, or you feel just awful mentally, physically, spiritually, all the above. So let's say when you pick up your phone, you're at maybe a 7. Okay, you're having an all right day. Maybe you're a little tired, but it's okay. So I want you to pay attention to what you are looking at. And I want you to pay attention to how quickly it changes that number. And I know this is going to seem like, oh, Lisa, I'm on my phone to check out. Okay, well, a lot of people are on their phone to check out, or they're on there to check in and to find out what's going on in the world. The problem is that a lot of what is on social media is opinions, and it's laced with feelings and anger and venom. And that anger and venom carries a frequency. It's very real. This isn't make-believe. This is very, very real. You can read it, not just people in caps typing to you, if they're all in cap locks, angry, but the way that people go after each other has absolutely nothing to do, most of the time, in my opinion, with the topic. More it has to do with that person themselves, that they are full of venom and anger, and they're just dying for a person to attack. A perfect stranger to throw rocks at will somehow make them feel complete. And there are a lot of people out there that feel that they heal by hurting other people. So recognize that right now. So let's talk about that. So the other thing that I'm going to say is, if you are involved in a hot topic and it's making you emotional, back off. You didn't do anything to cause the hot topic. Likely there isn't that much you can do about it at that moment that's actually going to make a transformative change. By being angry on social media, you're not making a change. I can promise you nobody's changing from the angry people. No, they're engaging and they're getting in fights. And so then what happens from a spiritual standpoint is you're letting that energy be siphoned from you. So you're losing your field. You're losing your essence into that conversation or into that media, which then lowers you from a 7 down to like a 3. And then you get off your phone and you take that 3 vibration out into the world, my world, the world that I share with you. And you get in a car, or you go to work, or you go on the internet, or you write an email, or you interact with your own family and your own friends who were at a 7, but after they talk to you, they've been pulled down. So it's contagious, that dark, nasty energy. So I want you to ask yourself, yes, you might have a feeling of obligation that you need to participate, but if you can't control yourself and your emotions, if you find yourself getting angry within minutes or even seconds, don't do it. Because not only are you not helping, you're actually hurting. You're hurting the world, you're hurting yourself, you're hurting the frequencies around you and everybody attached to you. And I can go deeper with that. We're all attached. We're all attached. It's not a coincidence that you can feel when somebody's having a bad day, you're thinking about them a lot. We all have energy cords on each other. We're all very, very much attached. So if you're dipping, you're pulling other people down. And if you're dipping because you choose to engage in something that you know is going to make you angry every single day, I don't know how that's going to benefit you. Ask yourself, in 5 years, will you even remember what you were angry about? Will you remember that it robbed you of those moments of your life, of your living moments? Now, I'm not telling you to ignore anything. I'm telling you to respect your own limits and your own boundary. And I'm telling you to pay attention to how it's affecting you. You are not being controlled, but you're giving your energy away. So I want you to imagine that you wake up every morning with a full cup of perfect essence and insight. and you decide where you're going to do little pour, like you're watering plants. These are different people, different situations, different topics. You only have that one cup. Now, I don't know about you, but I always leave 25% of that cup because there might be an emergency. I might have a kid knocking at my door at 11 o'clock at night. Mom, I have a stomach ache. Or maybe somebody has a bad day. Or maybe I realize I have to get out a newsletter or reply to an email or something. But I have to have that little bit, that little buffer. Okay. Now, if you decided to give 25% of your energy away watering a hot topic in the morning, and you go to work with 75%, let's say that's work takes 70% of your energy. You don't have much left at the end of the day. And if there's a crisis or if somebody really needs you, that might be a problem. It's interesting. I want to share. I had a story with a client many years ago. I worked with her for a couple years on boundary setting. And it wasn't just on social media. It was with work and other people. And she called me out of the blue a year later, and she wanted to thank me for all that I had taught her on bubbling up, boundary setting, energy protection, all of that, which I teach in every one of my classes, my live ones, every one of my online trainings. Everything that I do involves energy protection and energy hygiene. And she said to me, Lisa, if I had not learned what you taught me, I would not have been able to be there just now for a friend who was in incredible crisis for a full hour and give her my time so that I could hold space so that she could transform herself out of that pain. I would not have been able to do that because of the way she had been living her life. So she said, so I want to say thank you. And I just said, wow, I have no idea what she talked about or who the friend was, but I was just blown away and of course accepted her gratitude with my own gratitude. That was amazing. So I want you to really pay attention to the you that you become when you're on social media and really start to pay attention to the frequencies that you're surrounding yourself in. I know I mentioned this on another video, but I recently had this with my own son. We work out in the morning and he brought in a whole bunch of hot topic at our workout and it totally wrecked the vibe in the morning. And I said, honey, I know this is a hot topic, and you're triggered, but there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you did to cause it. You know, you can write legislators if that makes you feel better. I said, but right now it's just robbing us of this beautiful morning and it's affected us. There's nothing we can do about it. So he promptly went and removed all those hot topics from his social media and filled it with other pleasant things. And he actually, he's been really calm. He came over this morning. I said, anything to talk about? He's like, not really. I just feel good. I'm like, okay. So I invite you, I give you permission to be more selective about the social media that you're surrounding yourself in. It doesn't mean that you don't care. On the contrary, you care just a little too much, a little too much. And one of the things that I teach, if you want to be effective and you want to make a huge difference in this world, send frequency. Send frequency of insight, bestowing the truth of all truths upon the person or the situation. Get rid of the negative energies and increase energy on the spot. Bring clarity and healing. This is what Reiki and the symbols do. And in the upper levels, Reiki 3, we learn how to do global healing. So you can heal a cause. Reiki 2, we learn how to heal a person. It's all evidence-based and very, very real. And you can do this. It's a teachable skill. And it's a way that you can feel effective, like you're making a difference, but also protecting and restoring your own self so that you can go through this world with a full cup, being the best you that you can be. It's psychic puzzle time. If you're new to my channel, at the end of every video, I offer a psychic puzzle. This is a fun way to test your psychic flow. So in order to do this, we just relax and we channel Reiki. So we're going to relax and breathe, and we're going to feel the energy come in through the top of our head and go all the way down our body, all the way down to the core of the earth. And then from the core of the earth back up, through our body, and up out the top of our head like a fountain. And then out our right hand and in our left. You can kind of feel it. It feels spongy, or like magnets reversing, or cold, or tingling, or heat. And then, with this energy, I want you to feel and imagine a protective bubble all the way around you. And it's like an egg of light all the way around your being. And I want you to feel something that feels really, really good to fuel this protective bubble. So imagine being outside, and imagine it's a sunshiny day and maybe you're on a hammock and it feels relaxing and there's a breeze on your face. Or imagine if you're a runner going for a run outside first thing in the morning and watching the sunrise come up. Or imagine being in a boat watching the sunset on the water. Something just that resonates, that feels wonderful. Surround yourself with this feeling. And then when the puzzle comes up, go ahead and hit the pause button if you need a few more seconds to guess the puzzle. That said, when the puzzle comes up and you're ready, take a breath, relax, and then go with your very first guess. Good luck. How did you do? Did you know you were going to get it right, or were you uncertain? If you guessed correctly, let me know in the comments. If you didn't guess correctly, don't beat yourself up because it's not about getting it right. It's about learning to listen to your intuitive voice. This takes time and practice. If you're curious, my online courses, meditations, and live classes teach clear and practical ways to develop this skill. For more information, click on the links below.